life. What is simple life? It is something that we all crave for. Simple life is something which reminds us of our school days. Simple life is something, having a good meal with family or having a good time with friends is something more, something of a simple life which we, especially the Karachiites crave for, because Karachi is a fast-paced city and we do not get time to interact with each other on a frequent basis. So, and simple life is something in which there's no tension, no worries, and everyone's happy in their own little world. This session will be divided into three segments. The first segment will be the prepared speeches. The second will be the table topic session, and the third will be the general evaluation. To help me run the meeting smoothly, I have a team of facilitators who will be assisting me throughout the meeting. So, the first is Grammarian TM Wahid. Can you please explain the role, explain your role?
Hello, all the dear Toastmasters. Am I audible?
Yes.
So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding quote, words, saying, or expressed thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is ethos. E-T-H-O-S. Ethos means the set of ideas, moral attitudes, and beliefs that are typical of a particular group. So I'll give you two examples. For example, our company made environmental awareness part of its business ethos. Or the public service ethos is itself a barrier to change. Each speaker is encouraged and requested to use the word of the day. I will give the grammarian report when called upon during the meeting and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you. Over to you.
Okay, then we have the timer. So TM Azhar Khan, can you please introduce your role?
Okay. First, let me know. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Fellow Toastmaster and guests, as a timer, I will time the table topic, speakers, following speeches, and evaluation. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, yellow, red color, which denote specific time remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green color, just background, green, yellow, red. And those giving the speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech time. Most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green color, then the yellow, and then red color. Similarly, and the individual evaluation should be between 2 and 3 minutes. I will raise the first green, then yellow, and red colors. And at the end, I submit to my report to evaluation general evaluation. Back to you, Toastmaster today.
Okay, then we have the R counter. So TM Mariam Aftab Kidwai, can you please introduce the role of the day? Sorry, you roll up.
Yeah, as an R counter, my role is to note down all the ums and filler words used during the meeting, and at the end of the meeting, I'll present my report accordingly.
Okay. Then I have the vote counter. So TM Imran Rana, please can you explain your role? TM Imran Rana, are you there? Okay, moving on. Word master has been done. Listener. TM Mufaddil, can you please explain your role as a listener? TM Mufaddil. Okay, I think I'll move on because he's in there as well.
He is not listening.
Yes, he's not listening. Okay, the next is the Duke master, that is me. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I love rumors. I love rumors. I always find out amazing things about myself. I never knew. What do you call a dinosaur with extensive vocabulary? What do you call a dinosaur with extensive vocabulary? Anyone? No. A thesaurus. Okay. Now moving on to the prepared speech session. The first speaker is DTM Zishan Abid. So I call upon his evaluated DTM Sarfaraz Nazir to explain the objectives of the speech.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Our speaker is DTM Zishan Abid, and he is giving level 1 speech, evaluation and feedback, the second speech. The purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback. And the purpose of the speech that he's going to give is for DTM Zishan to demonstrate his ability to deliver an effective speech by applying feedback he received from his first speech. The title of his speech is Knowing Even a Little Bit Makes You Giant. Knowing even a little bit makes you giant. DTM Zishan Abid.
My dear Toastmasters, what happens in our life? We are always having one fear in our mind that I don't know this. I'm not being expert in any specific domain. Can you do this for me? Or is this possible for you? And we always have one thing knocking. No. I'm not being expert in that. We have to go and find out some expert over this. But this doesn't move on throughout our life. It's my experience that many times it happens that if you have a good control, a good positivity, a little bit knowledge makes you the giant. Let's move with me. I got a call from one of my clients that, listen, we need you. Are you being ready to travel from Faisalabad to Kalar Kahar? I said, why? What's happening there? There is a meeting we have to do. We are doing the acquisition of one cement plant. What is a cement plant? We have the Toastmasters who are engineers. I know nothing. We are chartered accountants, having no knowledge what the operations does, how it operates. But yes, that's the way we do the marketing. I said, okay, I'll go there. But what type of questions they are expecting from me? Do they need any business plan? Do they need something from me? How to do the profitability maximization? And they said, no, we just want someone to have a meeting, see what they have been doing, and have a chit chat. Okay. It's a travel distance of approximately 3 hours from my place to that cement factory. And have my words, I never know what this plant will look like. Now, what to do? There is an ethos of a person who always think that until unless no one comes and educate them, they can never get it. But I am not amongst those. My teacher is nobody else than Google. On the way to the client, I just start doing the Google. What is a cement plant? What are different types of technologies? How it works and how it operates. So it tells me it has a dry process, it's a wet process. This is how it moves on. These are the raw materials. You need the limestone. There's a theory. Here you have to transport this all. You have to do the calcification. There's a process. There's a big, massive giant where this whole heating is being done. That's called the clan. I just read it out. It was just my understanding. Okay, where I'm going, I should have a basic idea, a little bit knowledge. We reach there and we are being received by the general manager operations. There was director operations, whole operational team working there. I was feeling myself that I am the person who is odd man out. Nothing to do with them and just wasting my day. Anyhow, my belly is approximately 44. So with the person having this waist, always have this thing in mind that let's wait for the lunch. So that was the only charm I was being having there. Time goes by and he started moving us. Let's go and have a visit of the plant. When I was being traveling, I just moved what are the bottleneck resources, what are the common issues it does happen, just for my knowledge, just for my information. We went there and there was the clan. It was giant. It was 36 feet, or I don't remember, a big one. And they told me, I read it, that it keeps on moving, and there the whole process moves, and there they are doing and giving the heat. Just one thing come to my mind, and I said to the GM operations, are you sure that its axis is okay? Because what happens that by keep rotation, sometimes the axis, it have the millimeter play, and that creates so many issues. And it led to the red spot, which is the biggest one issue for this whole process. He just came to me when all the gathering was being out and he said, listen, you said you are a chartered accountant, but you are playing with me. My eyes are continuously focusing you. You are listening us with a different mind. How you came to know that it has a play? Yes, there is a play which is in very small quantum, and only I know this, or my admin persons, my persons who are with the maintenance. No one else knows this. And you are being standing there and you are being pinching on only one thing, and that is the play. How you came to know this? I was smiling my inside, because that was the only one defect which I know. And I just threw it. And that person throughout that day, he always believes that I am the person who is being engineered in that technology and I'm hiding the all. And that resulted to this level that I serve in that organization as an independent director and as a strategic board member, where I learn a lot about cement. Because they all believe that I must be having a very good exposure towards the cement sector. But it was all one line of the Google, which let them all believe that I'm so expert. The Toastmasters, move yourself out of that pathos of the segment, which makes you believe that you have to be expert and then only you can be a good professional. You have to create your capacity. You have to make sure that what knowledge you are being having, its quantum doesn't matter, but how you are interpreting, how you are using for your day life, that does matter. You never want to go with your expertise level in anything, and then only you can start doing it. That is the same thing we practice at Toastmasters. If you can speak, you can communicate. Language is never a barrier for you. And if you have this urge that, yes, I want to be a perfect, jump into it, because we learn by doing. Thank you. Back to the Toastmaster of the meeting.
Now moving on to the next speech. TM, we have TM Wahid, and I call upon his evaluator, TM Mufaddal Murtaza, for the evaluation. TM Mufaddal Murtaza.
Yes. Okay. It's my privilege to introduce TM Wahid. He is giving his speech. The title of the speech is Freshman with his first part-time job and the speech time is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, TM.
Please unmute yourself, Toastmaster Wahid. Now you are unmuted. Could you please say something?
Okay, am I audible?
Could you please repeat it again?
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. A freshman with his first part-time job. Well, one day, TM Muhammad Asghar came to our Karachi flat with a gift for me. It was a book called Exploring the World of English by Sayyid Sadat Ali Shah. It was a thick, voluminous book with more than 1,000 pages. The book was containing some chapters about vocabulary, idiom, usage of grammar, letter writing, and essay writing. So the day when I received the book, we started to read it and go through it on the weekends mostly. We covered some parts like idiom, grammar, and some vocabulary. Dear Toastmasters and attentive guests, if there is any. So 3 years later, I was in Sistan and Balochistan University in Zaidan, sitting in one of the classes as a freshman. Our lecturer entered into the class. He was a medium height and overweight man. He has had a smile on his face, and he entered into the classroom and he started congratulating us upon passing the competitive exam of Iranian university, which is called concours. And he also told us that it is a great opportunity for us to pursue our higher education in the university. And then he went on to talk about final terms exams and midterms preparations. And later on, he scribbled some notes on the whiteboard and told us to note down the 3 books that he had suggested us for resource books for that semester. And then he went on to talk about comprehension and reading course, which he was going to taught from the next session. Then he asked the students that if is there any volunteer to come in front of the class and talk about something in English to engage the students for 2 minutes. So I rose up on my feet and went forward to engage the students for the mentioned period of time. I was planning to talk about a story behind an idiom, and the idiom was Achilles' heel, which I have learned from the same book which I have mentioned in the beginning. So I told the class that Achilles was a Trojan warrior that when he was at his 6th year of life, he was strong enough and fast enough to catch the deer by running. And later on, he was a brave man with military skills, with pride and honor. and all the manly virtues that the Greek people at that time really praised. So Achilles, from the beginning of his birth, has two destinies for his life. And it has been said that he could be having a long life without any glory, or a glorious death in the battlefield. Hearing this, Achilles' mother tried to save his child because his child was a good and strong person, and he wanted him to be a warrior, and which was praised in the Greek mythology. The mother of Achilles, whose name was Thetis, tried to make her infant son invulnerable. So he took his infant son into the river Styx, which flows through the underworld or the land of the dead. And he dipped it into the water. From then on, Achilles was really invulnerable, apart from his heel, where his mother was grabbing him and putting him into the water, and the water didn't reach that point. So later on, when Achilles went to the war, he was hit by a poisoned arrow by Paris, and he died in the battlefield because of this vulnerable point on his heel. So that's why, figuratively, I told to the students that figuratively Achilles' heel means the vulnerable or weak point of any person. This was the story from my side to the students to engage them. But for me, next week, I was fortunate enough to get a part-time job in the office of my lecturer to help him to overcome his Achilles heel. Over to you.
Last, we have DTM Talha bin Hamid as the speaker, but I guess he isn't here.
DTM Talha won't be able to deliver a speech, so we can move on to the next segment. But
Okay,
before that, you need to ask for the voting.
okay. Have all the speakers qualified? TM Azhar?
Yes, both are qualified. DTM Dishan took 6 minutes 37 seconds, and TM Wahid took 6 minutes 45 seconds. Yes, both are qualified.
Okay. And now we'll move on. So please, vote counter, float the link for the voting.
Could you please give me a minute, because I need to change the poll since Talha is not delivering a speech. So please give me a minute.
Okay.
Everyone, please cast your vote. The poll has been launched, and after 30 seconds, the poll will be ended.
Moving on, we'll move to the second segment of the session, that is the table topic session. So I call upon the table topic master, DTM Sarfaraz Nazir. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. It is my honor to now conduct the second segment or the second ethos of our meeting, the table topics. This is a segment or section of the meeting where we get to practice our impromptu speaking skills, thinking on our feet. We were given a topic and we have a few seconds to give a 1 to 2 minute speech. Minimum time is 1 minute. Maximum time is 2 minutes, 30 seconds. You'll get the green at 1, yellow at 1.5, and red at 2 minutes. And you are encouraged to use the word of the day ethos. The word of the day and its definition is in the chat. I was looking for individuals who are online but have no role at all. But it appears that one by one, some of them have dropped, with the exception of one of our guests. This means everyone is fair game. You all could be victims, I mean, speakers in table topics. Toastmaster Imran Rana, I'll start with you. You are, okay, you are evaluation. You're evaluating table topics, so I'll leave alone. How about Toastmaster Mohammed Asghar? Would you like to participate?
Thank you for your victim. I will try.
Okay, your topic, a simple life. When I was little, I used to go to Punjab, to the village where I was born, for vacation. And I saw my grandfather's sister-in-law cooking, very simple, a ceramic pot and one wooden spoon. And as time has passed by, things have changed. Our simple life is no longer simple, it's becoming complicated. So Toastmaster Mohammed Asghar, here's your topic. You can say whatever you feel like.
Thank you, Toastmaster table topic masters. Apparently, it is something which is a part of our complicated life. But I think it used to make bread, if I'm not wrong, and in our time, we haven't seen this in my childhood, and it is still, but I know this because I have seen using similar things in my kitchen now. When I migrated to the city, I am from a rural background. I have never seen such thing. This is apparently one of the equipment which is made to make the life of women easier. But unfortunately, what I observe nowadays is that such things are still real in rural lives. Like I have observed them in my in mid 80s. In the cities, people or women folk virtually stopped cooking or using these things in their well-decorated high-tech kitchen. Now I receive bread from outside of my home made by someone else. I think it is the opposite of a simple life when it comes to making the bread or something in our kitchens. And we all need to go back to the time, leaving these things besides and doing what we used to do. And recalling some, the word deja vu is not at all used in our kitchen nowadays. I need that words to be used by somebody. That is in from my side. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed Asghar. Good response. I agree. These days, when a husband asks the wife, what's for dinner? You would expect she'll say, oh, I fixed chicken biryani or chicken korma. No, she's saying, oh, we are going to go out to Boat Basin. I'm having chicken tikka over there. So our next speaker is Ali Malik. Ali Malik, are you ready? Ali Malik is a guest of Karachi Toastmasters.
His picture is still.
Okay, I guess he must have frozen.
I'm here.
Okay,
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Ali Malik, future Toastmaster or soon to be Toastmaster, your topic is, this is your topic.
A spoon, a tablespoon.
Yeah, whatever you want to say about it.
Okay.
1 to 2 minutes.
I have to talk about the spoon.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, it's a spoon. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes.
Am I audible? Okay. So this is a cooking spoon that my mother uses to cook food to us, and she cooks very nice food for us, and her things and her food that she gives to us, and this has been used. She's been using it for since we were children, and she's been giving us food since we were a child, and it's in her ethos that she produces good food for us, and we really enjoy eating that, and we compliment her at times that whatever she's making is very nice, and we really enjoy it. And it's something very simple, but it's something that's essential in every household, and we have it. All of us have it at our homes, and our cooks or our mothers or our wives, they use it to make food for us, and we really enjoy because this is a plastic made of plastic, so it doesn't get too hot very often, and that's it.
Thank you, Ali Malik. That's a very good response and a simple response talking about your mother's cooking. Toastmaster Mariam Aftab, are you available?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your topic?
Okay. I like that cutlery. Can you send it to me? So, I really like the design. Well, I won't cook with that. I will put that on the side of a dish for our guests to just take the things off. I love that cutlery. But yes, all these kitchen appliances and all these things that I use to just think of it, how my mother uses it, I just ended up using the same thing the same way. Now, these are my daily routines. I cook with them, I serve my kids, my husband, myself with these things. They are no more cooking appliances or a chicken associations, but with me, they are my livelihood. They save me from many things. They help me out in many ways. I cannot tell you. These are the one I just hold it and stand in a kitchen and let my husband know how busy I am. I cannot do anything else. They are the lifesavers also. To let these kids know that if I throw this on you, this will definitely hit you hard and you'll know that you are doing wrong. These are my tools. Well, being a mom, being a wife, being a lady, these are my jewelries, which I don't wear, but I use a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mariam Aftab. I'll see if I can find some mail service that can deliver it to you. But they told me it'll take 3 years to get it to you. The mail is slow these days. Toastmaster Imran Rana, is it possible for you to do the timing for the next speaker? Because I'm going to ask the timer to participate.
Yes,
Okay.
I can do that.
Okay, Toastmaster Azhar, are you ready? You are the next speaker. Or the next victim, however you want to look at it.
I will try.
Okay, your topic.
Is this some kind of spoon?
Yes.
Okay. Can you note someone my time, please?
Yes, I'm doing it.
Okay, thank you. Oh, it's a spoon. Whenever I see the this kind of spoon and home appliances, so I remember those days when I learned in my school life. So that is a good thing because of I haven't lunch, dinner. My mom prepared all kind of this stuff, and sometimes she used as a weapon for my sickness or guidance. So I have seen the both situations. I have eaten by this crockery, and I have eaten directly. So I never forget this kind of weapons. And now after marriage, now just I'm my wife is using only for the kitchen and cooking, and I think it's good for our family romance and our life. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Azhar. Yes, that's right. This is when you do something that's not too bad, you're just simply being naughty. But if you really do something bad, then this is the weapon of choice for your family. Madam Toastmaster Ibar, do we have time for another table topics, or should we move on to the next segment?
We can take one more, and
Okay.
Toastmaster Dina also would like to speak on the topic, or you can write it.
Okay. I'll send her the topic, but our next speaker, Toastmaster Zishan, would you like to participate? Okay. Your
I was
topic.
just waiting. I was just waiting when I'm going to become the victim, sir.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Thank you, table topic master. You know that sometimes we come to a situation where we have no answer to the problem. I was being given a task in which I have to prepare one big chart, and then I have to make an excellent presentation out of this, and then I have to cut it and paste it. How to do it? I started my working. Not good in the arts. I'm amongst that ethos who hate arts, and yes, craft also. So I've done it by one way or the other. And the last thing which can happen to me is that I can't find the scissors. There are no scissors, and what I have to do over this? The only one thing that my wife, she is being so good in cutting everyone, starting from her beloved husband, that I just have this imagination she must be having something. But all those things are under her own custody. And I got one equipment which I thought that I can use it to cut my chart, and it would be the best way. And it was none other than this pizza cutter, which I sent to DTM Sarfraz to keep it with you as a monument. Because with this pizza cutter, I cut that chart, I done the pasting, and when the whole insignia was being ready, she loved it because I was making for her. And she said, everything is okay, but how you are going and how you have done this excellent cutting, I can't find it. It is done by the scissor. And I said, I'll show you the equipment which you never used. And when I show her this thing, this pizza cutter to her, the remarks were, you spoiled my pizza cutter for your equipment? Oh my God. And then there was only one thing which I can do. Just pack it, wrap it, the place for her and send it to the safe house, which is no other than DTM Sarfraz. Back to the table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zishan. I appreciate you giving me this pizza cutter. Next time I see you, I'll return it to you. It may not be in the same condition as the one that you gave me. Mr. Timer, did all speakers qualify on time?
Yes, everyone is qualified. Toastmaster Asghar took 1 minute 54 seconds. Ali Malik took 1 minute 44 seconds. Toastmaster Mariam took 1 minute 18 seconds. Toastmaster Azhar, I think 1 minute. Am I right, Imran Anna? And DTM Zishan took 1 minute 55 seconds.
And you can cast your vote. The poll has been launched.
Yeah, the poll is there. And please vote for the best table topic speaker. That concludes our second segment, the table topics session. Thank you for all those who participated. All the way, we learned about how to cook bread, or how we don't make bread anymore. We just buy bread, to pizza, to someone's mother's simple cooking. And especially I like the fact that the person said that we congratulated or said something nice about her cooking when we enjoyed the meal. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Okay, moving on now. It's time for the third part of the segment. So I'll be calling the general evaluator, TM Mohammad Asghar Ramzan. So over to you, TM Asghar. The virtual stage is yours.
Thank you. It seems to me that every picture is stuck over there. Am I audible?
Yes.
Am I connected? Then why you all of you are stuck there? I mean, someone should be moving around at least.
It seems like your internet connection is weak, and we can hear you, but your screen is frozen.
Okay, as long as it's okay, as long as you can hear me. So thank you. We are about to enter into the third and final segment of our today's meeting. I welcome all of you in this segment. And over here, we evaluate what we said earlier. Basically, we try to test over here and tell somebody how we did well and where the areas of improvement with regard to our speeches or whatever we said. We started our session from the evaluation of prepared speeches. Our first prepared speaker was DTM Zishan Abid, our today's speaker, and DTM Zishan, who will be evaluated by DTM Sarfraz Nazi. Sarfraz Nazi, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and especially you, DTM Zishan Abid. It is my honor to evaluate the speech you gave this evening. First, let me tell you what I liked about your speech before I give you some suggestions for improvement. I like the fact that you used a personal story within your speech about your client asking you to visit them, then look at their cement plant to provide them with feedback on how they can improve their operation. Stories always engage us when we are listening to a speaker. So that was great. The second thing I liked about your speech was your message. Your message was, don't wait to take action until you have become an expert in something. Once you have some knowledge, you start taking action and you become expert as you go along. The further you go along, the more action you take, the more you learn, the more experience you gain, you'll become an expert. So that was good. And I also like the fact that you tied it to Toastmasters, that we don't have to wait till we have a perfect speech in order to give a speech. We should be able to give a speech when we are asked to give a speech. The third thing I liked about your presentation was your confidence, the manner in which you delivered your message. It appeared that you were passionate about what you were talking about, that you wanted to talk to us this evening. So those are the three things why I liked your speech. Let me tell you how you can improve. You use your hands very well. For example, when you were pointing yourself, you said, I am. But there were times when I noticed that your hands were moving on their own without purpose. Sometimes you're holding like this, another time you look like you were about to pray, even though your speech had nothing to do with prayers. And sometimes one hand was to the side, but the other hand was moving to left to right. So you might want to leave your hands down and just move your hands when you're moving them with purpose, when they add something to your speech, when they're reinforcing your message. I mentioned that I like the fact that you use story, but what I'd like to see you do is build your story. Instead of narrating your story, make us see that story, make us part of that story. For example, you were saying that you got a call from your client and he said, we want you to travel from Faisalabad to Kalahar. You should have said, hey, I got a call. Hello, yes. Oh, this is so-and-so, general manager of operations for Cement XYZ. Why don't you come to our Kalahar? We would like to use your expertise. Use dialogue. I liked your speech because of your message, your story, your gestures and confidence. If you can incorporate some more dialogue, it would be a great speech. I look forward to your next speech. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Sarfraz Naziz, for your excellent evaluation. And I heard you very clearly, but I have a very strange situation. I am only visible to myself, and none of you is visible in my screen. I have never seen such thing in my all Zoom life. But let's move on. Our next speakers, Toastmaster Wahed. Toastmaster Wahed will be evaluated by TM Mufaddal Murtaza. Can I request him to please take the charge and evaluate Toastmaster Wahed?
Thank you very much, TM Asghar, for giving me the opportunity to evaluate TM Wahed. TM Wahed, about his speech, the best thing I liked was that he was calm and he was very much confident while he was delivering his speech. He took a standing position and his hand movements, his pauses, all were perfect. He was moving very soothingly over this speech and we felt that he is not in a hurry. His whole speech was actually divided into three scenarios, where first he shared his experience about how TM Asghar shared the book with him. He read about the book. Then he went to a class where the teacher was having some conversation with him. And then he was invited onto the stage where he had an interactive session with the class. So in all of this scenario, I was just wondering that where is the title fitting to this speech? And that was the best part. And I like that everybody was just waiting that where this title, a freshman with his first part-time job, will fit into this whole speech. He talked about the character Achilles, in which he told about the specialties. Then I was just wondering that he might be relating with the job of the Achilles or something with the job of the job of her mother or something that that will be relating with the job. And then I was astonished that Achilles died having a poisonous arrow. So I was still wondering where the job will fit into this part. So at the end, he just did the perfect end, that how he shared his speech with the class, and that speech helped him to have that job with the professor. His gestures were all perfect. He was moving a slight. He was moving slightly here and there, using his stage appropriately, and I really liked his speech. The only thing which I feel that would have added more advantage to his speech is that if he would had added some vocal varieties into his speech. All over the speech, the tone, the vocal tones were same. He was not changing the vocal tones. Like, for example, that he shared that Achilles ran so fast that he was able to catch a deer. So he would have used some hand gestures of running of a horse running, and he might would have used some vocal varieties as well. That would have added some more values to his speech. Other than this, it was a perfect speech. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you for evaluating Toastmaster Wahid. And with this, our prepared the evaluation of prepared speech is ended here. And now I would like to request Toastmaster Imran to evaluate table topic sessions. Toastmaster
Okay,
Imran, to you.
Yes, thank you so much. Before evaluating table topic session, I would like to ask the timer, both speech evaluators are qualified for voting.
Yes, DTM Faraz and DTM Toastmaster Mufaddil both are unqualified. Yes.
Okay, so let's take 30 seconds to cast your vote. Please cast your vote for the best speech evaluator. Okay, thank you so much. Now, I would like to evaluate the table topic session. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today DTM Sarfraz Nazir conducted a very interesting table topic session. So, a very good opening, and he brought what do we call? Props. Yes, props. And one by one asked from the audience to tell us to use these props and tell us how about the theme that how we make our life simple. So our first speaker was Toastmaster Asghar Ramzan. So Toastmaster Asghar Ramzan, your strong point is your humor. The way you brought in humor, we always enjoyed it. You delivered a speech with a chronological order, and you tried to connect the story with this kitchen utensils. Since it was a kitchen utensils, and it's difficult for male to relate this utensils with story or with personal life, so you did the job quite well. And the only area of improvement I would like to suggest that there was no hand movement, there was no hand gestures. Only the facial expressions were there, plus the vocal variety. Overall, a very good speech with a crisp humor, and that's the strong point of your speeches. Moving on towards the next speaker, Ali Malik. Ali Malik, you started. There are two types of speakers: the liar ones and the nervous one. But you delivered your speech with honesty, and that's the strong point of your speech. You spoke quite well. You uses word of the day, and you were the only speaker who used word of the day, and you told us lots of benefits and lots of uses of that spoon. I wish you could have brought it that means while using this kitchen utensils in her daily chores. This utensil can be used to sometimes mothers uses these types of utensils to beat their children. So that could make that could add a humor in your speech. Overall, it was quite a good speech. So I really liked it. Then we had Toastmaster Mariam Aftab. Mariam Aftab, since the topic is quite familiar for you, so it was quite easy for you to make a story, and you uses your presence of mind that the utensils that kitchen appliance that kitchen utensil is quite beautiful. So you connected the story quite well. The only area of improvement, since I did not see your facial expressions, so I cannot say about your facial expressions. Overall, you had a good pauses. Plus, you always spoke confidently, and your overall speech was quite amazing. So it was quite good. And after that, we had Toastmaster Zishan Abid. Zishan Abid, you had a strong voice, plus your confident level was quite good. You connected the story of that pizza cutter quite well. You add humor in your table topic speech. That's a strong point, and you ended up quite well. So it was quite a complete table topic speech. So congratulations on that. Your hand gestures, your vocal variety were perfectly aligned with your speech. And then we had Toastmaster Azhar. Azhar, I like your humor. I didn't hear the filler words in your speech, so that's a good and strong point. You took pauses. That's great. Plus, I wanted to hear more about the topic, but by the passage of time, you will try to speak more, try to use the time more efficiently and effectively. Overall, it was a quite a good speech. There's a challenging situation for all the male speakers, since they were kitchen utensils, and it was quite difficult to relate story with that. So overall, it was quite. I congratulate DTM Sarfaraz Nazir to brought this things in the table topics. So it was quite a great idea. Tina has raised her hand. Okay, you wrote about. Okay, so Dina, you wrote about the pizza story about pizza cutter, that how you like the pizza, plus the way you use the pizza cutter, and you enjoyed using pizza cutter while eating the pizzas, plus especially at the dinner time, and you also use word of the day, so that's quite amazing. So please keep joining us and keep coming us. You are such an inspiring Toastmaster for all of us. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Dina. So with that, I would like to hand over the charge back to the General Evaluator. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran, for evaluating table topic speakers. And with this, it's the turn of our role holders. Our first role holders, we have two. The Toastmaster Wahid is two role today: the word of the day, and secondly the grammarian. Wahid, as a grammarian, first start with as a grammarian, and remember that I always have a larger chunk of mistakes when it comes to the grammarian. So remember, according to ethos of Toastmaster, you are not supposed to mention names. Go ahead with your role with this.
Okay, hello Toastmasters, and thank you, General Evaluator. Well, all of the participants are the expert users of grammar. I couldn't find any grammar mistakes there, and usage of English was really good, and I couldn't find any grammar mistake. So regarding the word of the day, there were 4 usage of the word of the day. DTM Sarfaraz Nazir used it first, and then Ali Malik and TM Ali Malik also used it, and Toastmaster Diana also used it in the chat box, and finally the general evaluator TM Muhammad Asghar also used it finally, the good uses of ethos. And finally, I want to say thank you to DTM Sarfaraz Nazir as put the definition of the word of the day in the chat box. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Wahid, for your report. Toastmaster Mufaddal, have you worked as a listener? Did you noted something for us?
Yes, I have some questions.
Okay.
If you allow me, I would like to ask.
Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, okay, who said move yourself out of the segment? Who said move yourself out of the segment?
Zishan Abed.
Zishan.
Good. Yes, right. Who used the word bija wo in his speech?
TM Muhammad Asghar.
Yes, okay. Okay, so who said that when he asked wife what's cooked for the dinner, she says she wants to eat tikka at the focus?
Sarfraz Nazir.
Sarfaraz, DTM Sarfaraz.
Yes, DTM Sarfaraz. Okay, who said if you want to be perfect, jump into it?
Zishan Abed.
DTM. What was the color of the spoon which DTM Sarfaraz showed during the table topic to TM Alima? What was the color of the spoon?
Red color or maroon color?
No.
Blue.
I guess it was purple if I'm not wrong. Was that purple, DTM Sarfaraz?
Yes.
It was purple, yes. Okay. Okay, who was not good in arts?
Zishan. DTM Zishan.
DTM. Okay, so that's all from my side. Over to you then.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mufaddal, for your report. Now, Toastmaster Mariam, we are expecting you to sit on vote counter and prepare a report for ourselves. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. How you feel when you you have all your things ready with paper, pen, and you are just about to write, wanted to write, waiting for the arms and all, and you could not found one. Same thing happened. There were few, yes, but very few to just write it down also. Their meeting was so good that I could not found arms, or maybe perhaps I was so drawn into the meeting or these speeches. And what you expect from when you have a speaker like Zishan, TM Wahid, how you expect arms? Being the evaluators are Sarfaraz Nazir, table topic Sarfaraz Nazir, and Mufaddal Murtaza. How you expect me to write arms? I could not write down. I could not count on them. There were none. There were. I just have few suggestions that if you need, and if you think you're just stopping on something, you want to think. Don't use Take a pause, link it with another story, come back to that point, make it a whole point on that so that you won't stop. Because when you use that makes the other person realize that you you are nervous, you are thinking, you are taking a pause, that means you're taking a meaningful pause. That comes to that point. So rather than saying something, take a pause, think about it, and go back. That's fine. So that's the only point I want to just say. Rather, it was perfect.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mariam Aftab, for your appreciation towards the speaker, and thank you for your suggestion without indicating towards me. I will try to improve, and I have heard you carefully, and now I will try to improve the suggestion that you have put forward. Now, TM Azhar Khan, do you have the detail of timing of all segments in front of you right now?
Yes.
So please go ahead with the detail.
Whole meeting is very good. And every speaker evaluator took excellent time on. They completed their task on time, and no one is cross the time. And such amazing. That's great. And nothing special because no one crossed the limiter. So how should I say more? Back to you, Toastmaster. Asghar.
Thank you, Timer. And after the, I think I've done with all role holders. Yes, I think the end, let me express few words as a journal evaluator. I was expecting more speakers, and I pulled out myself at 11th hours for the fear of being stampeded. And had I known that Sarfaraz Nazir not there, I would have been there as a prepared speaker. But you know, it's really it's really interesting to have few speakers and heard them without any exhaustions and with fresh mind, and that is something I really like. It is my, perhaps what I call, may not be a useful word, but it's my dirty secret that we should have at least 2 or 3 speakers all the time. It's good. I mean, we really enjoyed it. But more than anything, I enjoyed today Toast Table Topic Masters has unique way of presenting and entertaining all of us. I mean, as if we are all speakers and we all were curious what kind of things is being pulled out now as a next speaker. And though I was not the speaker of every topic, but I prepared myself as Toastmaster Nazir, Sarfaraz Nazir has shown the different type of cutlery. Thank you, DTM Sarfaraz. We like you to be this role again with more interesting things. Lastly, I think we were only 11 today, if I'm not wrong, and we are almost on time, despite of the fact that we started late, but we were on time. And this is one of the rare things that all Toastmasters need to be. With this, I would like to end this session from my side as a journal evaluator, and want to hand over the charge to the table topic Toastmaster
of the day.
Eba, yes, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Eba, over to you now.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I'll be calling the big 4 vote. So please, the big 4 are Toastmaster of the evening, that's me, TM Hibaris Khan, the general evaluator Muhammad Asghar, the table topic master DTM Sarfaraz Nazir, and the table topic evaluator TM Imran Rana. TM Imran Rana, please float the voting link, and after that I'll be heading.
Okay, before that, please cast your vote for the best facilitator.
Okay. And I'll be handing the chart back to myself as well, since I'm the president. Okay. So other than that, do we have any announcements to make, PM Imran?
I think VP Education will announce it on the WhatsApp group. At the moment, I don't have.
Okay. So, and apart from that, what else? Okay. The overall meeting was quite brief, and we did start late, but ended on quite on time. First time I'm seeing attending such a brief meeting in Karachi Toastmasters, attending a meeting which lasted around only a bit more than an hour, which is quite interesting. And apart from that, no announcement to make. Are the votes ready, Mr. Vote
Yes.
Counter?
Yes.
Please.
Thank you so much, Madam President. So the best speaker of today's meeting goes to just a minute. Okay, best speaker of today's meeting goes to DTM Zishan Abed. Congratulations. And Zishan Abed is also the best speaker as per critics' choice. So congratulations on that. Best table topic speaker goes to none other than Toastmaster Mariam Aftab. Congratulations, Toastmaster Mariam Aftab. Best speech evaluator goes to Toastmaster Mufaddal Murtaza. Congratulations, Toastmaster Mufaddal. Best facilitator goes to, once again, Toastmaster Mufaddal Murtaza. Congratulations on that. And best Big Four goes to the table topic master, DTM Sarfaraz Nazir. So congratulations on that. So with that, I would like to hand over the charge to the President, Toastmaster Hibara Islam. Over to you.
The meeting is adjourned. If anyone has anything to say other than that. Okay.
May I something?
Yes, sure.
Sorry. Such a long time I joined Toastmasters, especially Karachi Toastmaster Club. I remember, but I had a long distance, around 5 to 6 months. I think Zishan is here and he left. I think he left. In the start of the meeting, he was asking Toastmaster that he's watching first time. So many people know about myself and some people doesn't know about myself. Anyways, but now I'm introducing to myself. I'm designer Azhar Toastmasters, and I joined around 2 years back. And KTC is my first club. I joined another club, but these are my first club. And after a long time, I joined. I'm also the member, but I'll continue this my journey again and again. So we will meet every week. I will try my best. Okay, back to Toastmaster Freddy.
It seems like the president has zoomed out.
Okay, no issue.
Okay, everyone. So it's time for us to adjourn the meeting.
Toastmaster Imran, before you do that, can we ask Toastmaster Ali Malik for his comments?
Yes.
Since he's a guest?
Yes, Toastmaster Ali Malik, could we have your comments about today's meeting?
Yes, I started taking up coming to Karachi Toastmasters Club to improve my communication skills and also for my networking. And I came here as a guest, and I've been here a couple of times. I think 3-4 times I've come here as a guest, and I've been welcomed so far. And I hope that I'll be welcome for a few more sessions as a guest. And that's it.
Toastmaster Dina, would you like to write something? You have raised your hand. Okay, I've asked her with is the button to me. I love that meeting. So Toastmaster Dina really enjoyed the table topic session. Plus, she also loved today's meeting. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dina. We would love to have you more in our meeting. So keep joining us and keep inspiring us. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dina. Okay. If anyone would like to say something, or shall we adjourn the meeting?
Please, no time today. 8:12, you are finishing your meeting.
Okay, so so this is a record
Yeah.
that we
It's a
are.
record time because Tala is not here and you are taking a benefit. But yeah, I appreciate it. It's my whole life. I never see before 9, before 9:30 or 10:30.
But
finish
we
the
really
meeting.
want members to deliver their speeches, and we really want to see 8 and 9 speakers.
Yeah, sometimes 11. Yeah, I
So
remember that.
everyone buckle up and deliver as much speeches as you want. Since we're going to have,
Imran, you have started the speeches, but you again stopped your speeches. I really appreciate your speeches. So you should again start your speeches and I will listen more and more.
I'll try my level best. Thank you so much once again. So everyone, it's time for me to say goodbye and adjourn the meeting. Looking forward to the academy session. Allah Hafiz.
Bye-bye.